Okay, right. Yeah, guys, hello. How are you?
Hello, great.
Right. Okay, that's good. All right, so we are going to start. Yes, so I'm sharing the link here in Zoom. Yes, and I will also share the same link in our Telegram channel. Okay, just give me a second, and we may take a look at the first task together. So. So, do the symbols look familiar? Have you ever seen them, maybe used them? Any ideas?
Yeah, well, maybe MW is men and women, something like this.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, any other WW women and women? Yeah, woman and woman. Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
PS a postscriptum.
Okay, right. Any other ideas?
There is one that means like zero article, I suppose. The cross that is the circle that is crossed.
Okay.
Word order.
Okay. Okay, right. So
Spelling, grammar.
G grammar.
Grammar. Okay. Yeah, I will show you all of them. Plural, singular. Yeah, men, women. That was missing word. Yeah. So, in what situation do we use those symbols?
Mistakes. Type of mistake.
Okay. When we check what?
When we check, for example, there is an exercise to find a mistake. Yeah, there can be different types of mistake. For example, missing word, wrong word, punctuation, spelling, tense.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure that students will use that, but teachers, yeah, heard the right idea while checking their writing. So, I will ask you to check, well, not really the writing, but a couple of sentences. Yeah, so that is exercise number 2. And your task is to correct the mistakes and try to think what symbol, yeah, from our task number 1, you need to use near each sentence, near each mistake. Okay, so I will give you a couple of minutes. Yeah, guys who have just joined, hello. There is a link in Telegram and I can share it in Zoom as well. And we're doing task number 2 and you have link. I see Victoria.
Hi, Ksusha. Very glad to see you.
Yeah, glad to see you too. So, 1 more minute, guys. Yep, finishing. All right, I guess I can show the answers. I'm pretty sure that everybody, yeah, corrected everything and everything was fine. Yep. So let's discuss what types of mistakes these are. So the first one, what symbol will you use?
Maybe wrong word. Yeah.
Okay, good. What about number 2 and number 3? They're actually similar.
Maybe again you wrong word, because both how and what are question words here, but here.
Okay, right. And last one?
Indirect question. So wrong indirect question. So it's
what symbol?
Wrong word order.
Word order, yes. Also, you may say like grammar. Yes, because we have to remove the auxiliary verb and so on. And tell me, please, who makes these mistakes?
Students.
Everybody.
Teachers.
Sometimes.
Yes, all every people. But
yes, well, students, of course, but these are 4 like most popular mistakes teachers make while speaking English. Yeah,
especially because when we translate from Ukrainian or from Russian, for example, how do you think? How do we call it? It's a common like translation.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, that's true. And to tell you the truth, I used to make the same mistakes. Yes, until the first teacher's training or lesson observation, when somebody told me that we don't say variants, we say options. If you ask people, how do you think, they should say with my head, or I think fast, slowly, and so on. And by the way, recently I had quite a nice question about indirect questions, actually. If you work with starters or elementary, yeah, people who don't know about these types of questions, shall you use the right option, or do you know what does it mean?
No, you use correct option, but if students make mistakes, you don't correct them because they don't know it yet.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
But teachers still have to use the correct language.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So if you think that your students will not understand you, will ask you, but why there is no auxiliary verb? You taught us to use auxiliary. Grade your language. Yeah, so that is my piece of advice. Just ask, what does it mean? Do you know? Yeah, so divide it into two different questions, not to have problems. If you're worried, the students will ask a lot of questions. And basically, these are the mistakes we make in such area as teacher's language. Yeah, but of course, we tend to make some other mistakes in some other areas. And let's imagine that you decided to observe somebody's lessons and take notes about somebody's mistakes. You will not write the whole word, instructions, planning. You will have some abbreviations. So I will put you into pairs. I will give you like 2 minutes, I guess. And your task is to think what these abbreviations could stand for. Yeah, so like in some cases, you will really need to guess because I'm not sure that we use these abbreviations in that way. Yeah, I just decided that that would be the nice way to use this abbreviation. So,
Ksyusha, I'm sorry, what, can you repeat one more time? The abbreviations are about teaching, or what kind of?
Teaching, yeah, areas of teaching.
Okay, thank you, sorry.
Yeah, so in this case, TTT is not like test, teach, test. Yeah, that's the thing more related to a teacher. And what you can do, discuss, flip the card, check your idea, move to the next one. So put you into pairs. You have 2-3 minutes, guys. Go to your partners, please. So could you guess everything?
Almost.
Almost. And Alona, I was wondering, what was CM?
Classroom, but it was, I don't know, correct mistakes.
Okay. Possible correct mistakes, but usually if we talk about mistake correction, abbreviation is usually EC, like error correction. Okay, so guys, were there any you couldn't guess?
Instructions.
Yeah. Well, usually there is no abbreviation for instructions, but we can make lots of mistakes while giving instructions. So I decided to add this abbreviation, and also a tricky one was TL.
Yeah, teacher's language.
Yeah. Teacher's language, but what do we usually use it for?
Target language.
Target. Yes, you're absolutely right. Okay, so right now, what I will ask you to do, imagine that you're my students, yes, and I'm conducting a lesson for you, but on the other hand, you need to be my observers and try to figure out what mistakes I'm making right now. Yeah, so what area could it be? So guys, let's look at task number 1. Yeah, so you're opening number 4. And we're going to compare two objects to things. For example, cats and dogs. Your ideas, how can you compare cats and dogs?
Using comparative superlative adjectives.
Okay, let's try to compare them.
For example,
cats are smarter than dogs.
All right. Any other?
Dogs are more loud than cats, or louder.
Okay, good.
Dogs are by far the smartest.
Okay, good.
Intermediate level over.
So what was my mistake here?
There was no example.
No example. Okay, what else?
You told to compare cats and dogs, but without any you didn't highlight how to do it, what to use. Just to compare.
Okay, right. Well, again, if you do that during the lesson, yeah, probably your students are supposed to use the phrases you have just learned. But as for me, also a very, very important mistake was the following. I didn't say, Alona, can you compare cats and dogs, please? Yes, Victoria, can you come up with more examples? I didn't nominate my students. Yeah, it was like people answer, yes, and some people started answering at the same time. Well, it may work. It may work when you ask your students to answer at the same time, but what types of tasks could these be?
Within.
When you need, for example, maybe
Brainstorm.
Demonstration.
A demonstration of the example.
Okay, okay. Yeah, and usually if you want them to give some short answers, like to tell true or false, A, B, or C. Yes, in this case, you can just check that really fast without nominating people. Yeah, but if I want people to give such a big sentence, especially if a lot of your students are active, nominate. Or if your students love being silent, nominate. Yeah, okay. So let's do the next task. So I will just ask you to click on show answers. Yes, and let's check it together. So Alona, sentence 1A, what's the answer?
why don't we watch?
Okay, watch, good. Then Ina, what about 2A? Yeah, Inachka, you're on mute.
Yeah. Shall we go to the mall?
Go to the mall, great. Juliana, what about 3A?
How about going? How about doing?
Doing, yes, very good. So,
Oh my God,
ideas?
echoing.
Yes, yes. So did anybody recognize themselves?
At the beginning of
A
teaching.
repetition of the correct answer.
Echo.
Yes, yeah, that's true. But again, come up with a situation when it could be possible.
When your students make mistakes and you kind of correct your students by giving them correct, like correction.
Pronunciation, for instance. Okay, okay, right. And the last task. So guys, you have to role play the dialogue. I put you into pairs and you start.
No example.
No example, bad instructions. Okay, so what shall we do in this case?
Maybe look through the phrases before we start.
Maybe to pre-teach some words in case of
you need to nominate student A, student B, who is who, because it can take some time for them to decide.
Okay, and actually what I usually do, I just start a dialogue with them. Yeah, so student A, you greet student B, what do you need to say? Sometimes people don't remember what greets mean. Yeah, they know hi, hello, but not really the word greet. Yeah, so look through a couple of actions with them and only then put them into groups. Yeah, so you have to demonstrate. Yeah, all right, very good, very good. So you see, yeah, which mistakes we make. And as I said, quite often we make mistakes related to instructions. So right now we're going to watch a very, very bad example of instruction. Yes, and your task is to take some notes and write down what's actually wrong. Okay, so let's start.
Okay everyone, so what are we doing now? Right, we're going to have a go at an exercise now that I think you are going to love. You might find it a bit tricky, but just keep at it, don't stress about it, it's going to be fine. So have a look at this piece of paper, there you go. Okay, so you're going to need a partner. You can work with someone on your table or someone else, or if you prefer you can work by yourself, that's fine. No, hang on, don't start yet. I don't think you know what you're doing yet. Just listen for a sec and it'll all make sense, okay? Okay, where was I? Yeah. So, yeah, you need to work with a partner or on your own or whatever. You need to have a look at these pictures. Choose the one that takes your fancy. And then what I want you to do is write a few sentences about the pictures. You know, as many as you like. And then have a look at each of the sentences and see what you think about them. After that, if we've got time, I'm not sure if we are going to have time because we spent quite a while on that last exercise. But if we do have time, we're going to stick them up on the wall, and then we're going to go around and have a look at each other's sentences. Okay, so yeah. So does everybody understand what to do? Yeah. Okay. All right. Off you go then.
Okay. So let's see if you've noted. Okay. I see that you liked it. All right. So Lisa, have you noticed any mistakes?
Yes, definitely. She expressed her opinion on the task. She am okay, something like that, a lot of repetitions. Maybe she could say about museum, like museum walk part of the task later after they do it. She didn't divide them into pairs. She said just, who's on your table, this is your partner.
Yeah, Juliana, you raised your hand.
I can share that I've done the same mistake. So the rule is, firstly, you should explain the task, and after that, you should provide the papers. If you don't do this, students will start reading and repeating and rehearsing. Yeah, so you will lose the attention immediately.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Alexander, you wanted to add something?
First of all, she had too many words in her instruction and it was unclear. Yeah, and she said 1 sec. What is sec? Second, but yeah, I understood what she meant, but students cannot may not understand what she meant, and the instructions were unclear. So that she said there is just a flow of words, but with no clear instructions. That's why from my point of view, students didn't understand what to do. And one more thing, the whole so all the parts, so the whole task in one instruction, which should not be done. So maybe to do one part of the task and after that do another, but not overload with it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No ICQs. Okay. Well, she tried. She asked, does it? And
a nice ICQ.
Yeah, either, yeah, that's not, yeah, that's true. So everybody will either say yes or no.
Yeah, and she didn't ask, is it clear? But now I know that we mustn't ask, is it clear? We need to ask ICQ or CCQs.
Okay, if we give instructions, do we ask CCQs?
No, ICQs.
And in which situation do we ask CCQs?
After we explain the rules, new rules in English.
Okay, right.
Or maybe after doing any exercise to
be sure people understand. Okay, yeah, possible. Yeah, Alona, about her speed, depends on the level.
Okay.
Yeah, so it could be fine. Yeah, but when my mom listens to me teaching, her favorite phrase, Ksenia, не тараторь. They don't understand you. I don't understand you. I say, Mom, because you are a starter and I have intermediate, that's the reason. All right. Form of work. Yes. That was also important. Do you remember what she said? Pairs, individually, whatever.
No,
as
it's comfortable. Individually.
Yeah, as it's comfortable. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And as you have mentioned, the instruction was too wordy. Yeah, so if you do quite a complicated task, divide your instruction into parts, and like the less you'd speak, yeah, so the shorter your instruction is, yeah, the lower your teacher's talking time, right? Yeah, because when you give instruction, that's also your teacher's talking time. And what I will ask you to think of together with your partners, try to think about situations during the lessons in which you increase your teacher's talking time. Yeah, situations in which you start talking more and more and more. So how you're going to work? Here you have plus to add a post. Yes, and you write your comments together. Yeah, so I guess I will give you like 5 minutes for doing that. When you come back, we will look through your ideas and compare them. Just a moment, I will see how I have to divide you. Okay, good. So join your partners, please. Okay. Yeah, I guess almost everybody's here. So I looked through all the examples and I just want to ask a question about while doing tasks in mingling. What do you mean?
Nominate the students who to ask, yeah, for example, if they ask questions one by one, yeah, that, for example, or again, when you correct students, again, that because many students make mistakes while talking.
Okay, so you just like, as I understand, they are talking to each other, then you need to say, okay, now Masha works with Sveta, Tanya works with Anya. That's what you mean?
No. What I, for example, when one student makes a question and I say who answers this question, yeah, and one thing and another thing that when they make some mistakes and then teacher corrects them, like again with pronunciation, for example, or with wrong grammar.
Okay, right. But that is a situation when you can't really avoid talking.
Yes,
you have to eliminate people. And talking about mistakes, if your students make mistakes, do you have to correct them, or how can you avoid your like increasing?
Maybe not correct them, but again repeat, for example, the part of the sentence where when they were right, yeah, and then ask, for example, what tense or what pronoun is it, in order to understand what to use. Maybe
if it was the mistake in target language, you can always refer to other students and ask them to correct their grouping.
Yeah. So involve your students. Yeah, if it's possible, involve your students.
Yeah, be lazy. Don't answer everything. Yeah,
exactly. Okay, just wanted to take a look. Error correction stage. Yes, as we discussed, involve people to many CCQs and ICQs. Again, before asking all those questions, ask yourself why you do that. Yeah, just for sake of ICQs, yeah, just to have them in my plan and just to use them during my lessons, or because you really need that?
It depends on the situation mainly. You need to look at the situation. If you can ask one or two ICQs after explaining the task, but if you see that they don't understand, you may ask more, because it can be a good idea to plan those ICQs or CCQs, but again, you never know how they will react and whether these questions will be relevant or not.
Yeah, that's true. But again, don't ask ICQs which are super easy. Yes, and your students are looking at you like, what? Like, that's obvious. Why are you asking? Yeah, so all your questions must be reasonable. Yes, not just like, okay, I need ICQs, I will ask ICQs, no matter what they are. All right. So feedback, explanation. A nice remark about explanation. When you are presenting new rules or new target language, vocab, whatever, do you have to explain everything?
Eliciting.
Yes, guided discovery. Yeah, so that's how you can reduce your teacher's talking time. Yes, and knowing all these areas, yes, in which you can talk more than you should, yeah, you may think how you can reduce. Yeah, so ask your students, or in some cases, yeah, don't want to sound rude, but just shut up. Yeah, so because I love talking, yeah, and I'm talking a lot right now. My teacher's talking time is too high, but during the lessons, yeah, just do something to yourself, like stop talking, they have to talk, and so on. All right, and if your teacher's talking time is like really high, it may lead to running out of time, yes, and you will not do everything which is planned. Yeah, and talking about plans, we also may have mistakes while planning, actually. Over here, you have two plans, and your task is the following. You'll have, again, like 2 minutes in your pairs. Look through the plans with your partners and try to think what's wrong with them. Yeah, so what could be done, what could be improved. Yeah, so go to your partners, please. Okay, so Alla, any ideas about the first plan? What's wrong?
The first plan is too short for me. I don't see any ICQs. I don't see bridges. As for reading, there are no stages of reading.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Anything to add?
You know, only now I have got that we have 2 lessons plans. It's not 1. Oh my gosh.
Alonka, that's okay. That's okay. No worries.
And we were thinking about second plan a lot with Yulia. What happened?
It's just because the teacher hasn't checked the instructions.
Yeah, of course. That was made on purpose. Yeah, hope you don't believe me. Okay. All right. And what about the second plan? Angelica, any ideas?
I still can't find any ICQs or CCQs as well as bridges here.
Okay.
And actually, I like this plan a lot more than lesson plan number 1, especially because of the time. So we've got this exact number of minutes that we spend doing sometimes, because when we don't write, I don't know, maybe sometimes we spend 2 minutes on feedback, sometimes it's 3 minutes or 4 minutes. And when we don't mention this in our plan, we're running out of time, like later as a conclusion. Yeah. And when we have this exact number of minutes, we can understand what tasks we can skip in the case when we are running out of time. So it's very important. So yeah.
And also one more moment, probably not everybody has noticed, but I would say that there is a huge problem with timing.
Yeah, and what about timing? I would also write from, for example, from 8:15 to 8:30, like not just a number of minutes, but from what time to what time, in order to.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, that's already up to you. Yeah, if it's.
I wouldn't do that, because sometimes I can have the same lesson at 8 in the morning and at 8 in the evening, or 6 in the evening. So then I don't need to change my plan every time, you know, like too much, to change it too much.
Yeah, that's true. But what I want to tell you is that while planning, so take a look. Class 3 tasks from 1 to 5, check front, 4 minutes. Don't forget that people may have questions. Yeah, even though we don't see what tasks these are, but still 4 minutes. And every time you like try to think how much time you will need, don't think only about the task, only about performing the task. Instructions, feedback, and questions, especially if it's some practice. Your students may have mistakes and you will need to discuss, why we use gerund, why we use infinitive, and so on. So always keep it in mind to avoid such a mistake. And I really liked Angelica's idea about being flexible. If you have the exact number of minutes, remove the task. Well, sometimes we've got to do that. All right, so over here, we're going to look at like different mistakes in different areas of teaching. And your task is to think what kind of mistake it is and how to avoid it. So I will put you, I guess, in groups of 3 and 4. And we're not going to discuss all these moments. I'm pretty sure your partners will be able to help you. But if there is a mistake you would love to discuss, add the whole class, remember the number, and then ask me when we come back to the main room. But don't shuffle, because these numbers will be different. Okay, so I put you into your pairs. Just a moment. Okay. Okay, so before you tell me which mistakes you want to discuss with everybody, I just want to talk about this one. You want to check your homework and students aren't ready. What can be done? Or what could have been done before the lesson?
I could make the task the same task, to take the same sentence at the same task, and to make it like a warm up.
Okay.
Make them do in pairs.
Okay, right. Anything else?
Maybe after a warm-up, maybe write 1 or 2 sentences from home task, and to ask how, for example, if it is a mistake correction, then to find the mistake. If fill in the gap, well, what to fill in the gap. So, but again, because I do the warm-up with the tasks which are similar with home tasks, so they warm-up checks how they did home task.
Okay.
But because I don't spend time checking all the exercises they did at home.
Of course, yeah.
But if they have any questions, I give them an opportunity to ask these questions, and they ask them even when I don't say, have you got any questions? They ask questions just.
Anyway, yeah. Okay, yeah. Alina, I liked your idea. Remind them 2 hours before the lesson. Okay. Well,
I use it really often, and it works actually.
Yeah, I tried it only once. It was like, did you read your Forrest Gump chapter? Yes. And Paul with answers. Yes, like, oops, I have forgotten. Yes, and like, no, Ksyusha, no, we don't want to read. Yeah, and I had a couple of answers. Oops, I've forgotten. I will do that. Yeah, so and that's really helpful. But I believe that if they're not ready, yeah, you need to be ready with either the task, which is based on homework, or with a couple of sentences which you know that are tricky. Yes, and just discuss them. But well, I know, don't tell your students that they're lazy because they are not ready with homework or something like that. Yeah, because you know that we have such a time when it could be really hard to concentrate, to do homework and so on. So never punish them for not being ready. All right. Were there any other situations you couldn't find a solution to?
14 maybe.
Okay. Sacrifice the production. No. No, don't sacrifice. Well, of course, if you just have 5 minutes, yes, till the end of the lesson, and you understand that 5 minutes is not enough for your production, okay, let it be. You do production for the next lesson. Yes, you tell your students to study the phrases. Yes, and warn them that you will use them in conversations, dialects, etc. But if you have your 15 minutes, yeah, plus you can use 3 minutes of your break. Yeah, and you have the choice between production and the song. Screw the song. No, production. So don't sacrifice your important parts of the lesson. Yeah, so
don't sacrifice your break.
Yeah, well, okay. I agree. I agree. Yeah, but sometimes you may just, okay, like 2 more minutes to finish up and that's it. And that's it. Okay. Any other situations?
I would like to share an experience of mine, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
There was a card about giving too complicated task as a warm up. So I used to have a group who was always late, and you know I have a tendency to give my students a Kahoot as a warmer. And you know this task is a little bit complicated for especially online teaching when you need to when all students need to log in and so on and so on. When my students got that we start almost every lesson with Kahoot, they stopped being late.
Okay.
It worked out. Yeah. I was very happy that they liked and they started.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. But if it doesn't help, yeah, just don't use something complicated as a warm up. Just some simple questions, yes, or stuff like that would be nice. Okay. Any other situations which were challenging? Okay. So then we're going to do the last activity very, very fast. Yes, so let's imagine that we have those not Alcoholics Anonymous, but Teachers Anonymous meeting. Yeah, and like what we have here will be only here. So I read the action and you send some reactions if you have ever done that. I will send reactions as well. So I repeated my students' answers. Yay, phew, I'm not alone. Okay, I forgot about ICQs. I asked my students, is everything clear? Okay, I answered my own question. Okay, I didn't nominate the students during feedback.
Ksusha, you want to embarrass us or what?
No. I will tell you what I want to do. I didn't want to give a definition, just translated the word. Well, yeah, let's be honest, happens. I talked too much. I was impatient, so I completed my student sentence. No, never. And I asked them, how do you think? So what I just wanted to say, no embarrassment here. I just wanted to show that everybody can make a mistake. Yes, no matter how experienced you are, yes, you still can make the same mistakes for, well, just for some reason. Yes, and that's absolutely okay to make mistakes, but now you know what mistakes we can make and hopefully how to avoid them. Yes, so thank you very much for being today with me, and I wish you to have a lovely students, great lessons, and less mistakes. Yay, thank you.
Thank you, Ksusha.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Ksusha. It was so great to return back to our meetings.
Yes,
Great.
that's true.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.